Okay, so first what you want to do is open up the mesh in Sympxls Studio that you want to recolor. If it's an EA mesh, then it's already in Sympxls Studio. If it's not, you want to make sure you put the mesh into your Sympxls Studio mods folder. If you need to know about that, just let me know. I can show you how to do that too. But what I do is I normally just remove all swatches, except for the first one. And I go over to the texture tab, and I'm going to export this very first mixture. And this is we want to export it. I export it into the folder that I'm currently working in, so I can keep everything together. And I just leave it as original. Okay, so see right here, this is my package file. This is my Sympxls package file that I'm going to put into the game when I'm done. This is the original texture, and then these pictures are all the pictures that I'm going to be fiddling around with in Photoshop to fit this texture, and then importing that into the package file. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to go ahead and I already have the pictures open up in Photoshop. I'm going to open this up in open the original texture up, and what I do is I zoom in super close. Now I like the black frame that already comes on it. This is the Sympxls form painting. I already like the black frame that's on it. It's nice and thin. It's not too obtrusive. It doesn't take away from whatever print you're putting into it. So what I like to do is I go up real nice and close to it, and I take this rectangular marquee right here tool, and I go up to the corner. And I don't know why Photoshop does it, but sometimes when you click right on the corner, it extends up. It didn't do it now, of course, but sometimes it extends up beyond where you want it. So I want to just capture, you know, this part here of the picture. I only want to put my picture on top of this picture. I don't want to touch the frame, which is over here in the black. So I just want to select this part of the picture. So I want to click on the top left hand corner, and while still holding down my left mouse key, I'm just going to drag all the way down and then drag all the way across. So I get to the bottom right hand corner. And before I release my left hand key, I'm going to take notice of this number right here. It says W312H423. That tells me the size. I'm going to have to resize my other images too in order to fit here. It makes it easier. You'll see in a little bit. So 312 by 423. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go here. 312 by 423. 312 by 423. Don't let me forget. 312 by 423. 312 by 423. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and next what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop out what I don't want out of this picture. So I don't want this gray border around this picture. I just want the picture and then this nice white frame around it. So again, I'm going to go up here. Oh, nice. And just take my crop and click on one corner, drag it to the next. Boom. And then what I'm going to do is go up here to the check mark. It's going to crop out. Hello, hi, hello, what happened to it? What happened? Okay, let's try that again. What's going on? That's why. Crop tool. No, that's not it. Why is this doing is? Why is this doing this? Okay, I'll do it the other way. We're going to take my marquee tool, click from one corner to the other, go up here to edit, image, and hit crop. There we go. Now if you hit Control D, it'll take away the marquee lines, and you'll see now all you're left with is just the picture and the white border. This purple background I customized. That's a customization in Photoshop. It doesn't have anything to do with the picture itself. So now we're here. We're going to resize it. We're going to hit Control-Alt-I to bring up your image size thing. And what we do, we said it was 312 by 423. Okay, boom. Now it's resized. And I'm going to hit Control-A and then Control-C. And now it's been copied. And I'm going to go to my original texture. And I'm going to zoom out so I can see everything. And I'm going to hit Control-V. And there it goes. It puts the art piece directly into where the marquee was before. And all I'm going to do is hit Control-Shift-E to merge it all together. And then a Control-Shift-S to bring up my Save As. And I'm going to save it as 1. Because this is the first print of the series here. And I'm just going to hit Save. And I'm just going to keep hitting OK and save until it's saved. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my package in Sympxls Studio. I would add another swatch just in case, and then I'm going to hit my import button right here, import, blue one, and then I'm going to select number 1, and there you go. There's your picture. Here's a button. What about your friends? Yeah, what about your friends, TLC? Swatch thumbnail here. You can change this. I normally change it to white just because. This is where you want to put your package name and stuff. This area here is what actually shows up in the game. What is this? What was this person called? Duchess. What did I name it? Duchess paintings. Okay. I'm going to keep the price as 1 because I like seeing everything up front. Some people remove and rewrite this. Sometimes I do too. It all depends on what I'm doing. If it's an EA mesh, I'm just going to take all that out and put what I need to put there. But for this, I'm going to leave it as is, except for the recolors by Pseudo Sticks, because I just removed his texture by replacing one with my own. So I'm going to keep that the message by Bow 5 and that it was converted by Max Sims. And then I'm just going to put recolor by Sympxls. That way, if you're in game and you're wondering, you changed the name of this package for some reason, and you're wondering, where did this come from? Where can I go to get this? It's all right there in the description of your object in game. Meshes tab, you don't need to worry about. Tab, I go and just unclick all the colors because I personally never use them. So it's just, unnecessary to me. You want to keep it in decorative wall decoration, and then what I do is I go back and I remove my original swatch. So Chili and T-Boz will be the first picture in this first swatch of these pictures. And then once you're done doing all of them, I have what, 10, 12, 15 of them, I don't know, 17 of them, 19, 16 of them, whatever. Once I'm done doing the same thing to them that I did to this, I'll add them into Sympxls Studio, and then I'll save it. And then what I do is I take out every single mod in my game except for the mesh and this, and then I test it out. And if it looks good, then I'll take a preview picture. And if it doesn't, then I will take it out of the game and fix what I need to fix and rinse and repeat until I'm satisfied with what I'm looking at. But just in case so I don't lose any progress, I'm going to save it. But to go back to the other swatches, just hit Control-Z. That will unmerge them. You Control-Z again, and that will take away the last picture you did. And since we're done with this, I'm going to X off of that. No, I don't want to change anything, and I'm going to go to the second print. I'm going to do it all over again. So I'm just going to click and drag to one corner, crop it, Control-A, Control-C, go back to my original, Control-V. Oh, I didn't resize it. Control-Z. I'm 312, 420, 30. Control-A, Control-C. And there you go. Boom. And there's my second mesh. There's my second texture. Oh, you're very welcome, Fluffy Kitty. Fluffy Kitty, what's your name? You're from Facebook group, right? Am I making sense? Do you have any questions? Can you hear me? Am I too loud? Am I too low? Hi, Alexis. Okay, wonderful. If you have any questions about this or anything else as far as recoloring and stuff, let me know. I'll answer them. I'm cool. You're cool. We're cool. I'm just going to carry on and finish these prints, and then I don't know what I'm going to do after that. I don't know. Suggestions? I wish I could play music. Damn YouTube. Ain't gonna let me. Why won't this? Why are they disappearing? Oh, no. I'll just take the marquee. Alright, so I'm gonna unselect Control D, Control Alt I, 312, 423, Control A, Control C, take it back to my original image, Control V, boom. And I'm not gonna end up flattening it, merging it all down in one layer because that's just an extra step I don't need to do right now. Yeah, paintings are super easy. They're a really good way for you to get familiar with Sims 4 Studio and Photoshop or PaintNet or whatever image editor you use. It's a really good way for you to get familiar with all the shortcuts and all the workings and stuff. And then once you do this, you can you can move on to other things. You can move on to recoloring objects and cast items and stuff like that. So. I don't remember where I got this one from. They might be on Duchess. This is Duchess 365. They might be on either Society 6 or DeviantArt. I'm going to say, by the way this looks like with the gray border around it, I'm going to see, this was on Society 6 somewhere. But just Google Duchess 365 where exactly I got these from. But normally, hi Riri, you're not late, you're okay. Normally it all depends on, I might see something pretty, like somebody might reblog something on Tumblr and I'm like, ooh, and they've artist name attached, and it takes off from there. I'll save the post to my dash and or my drafts, and then I'll go in Google and I'll find their Tumblr, or I'll find their Facebook page, or their actual website, and then I'll just go and oh, you're welcome, Riri. I'll just go and hustle, you know what I mean, on their their website, and just save a whole bunch of pictures. I mean, look at this. Look, this is ridiculous. I want y'all to see something. You see this? See this? All these people? Yeah. I have a problem. I have a problem. I need to stop. Okay, so just to catch you up, Riri, what I was saying is you want to go in the Sims 4 Studio and pull the original texture off the mesh and open that up and take your rectangle marquee and go from one corner to the other. But when you do that, you want to notice there'll be a little number down there. You might want to have to rewatch that stream in the first couple minutes to see me say that, but there'll be a number down there. It'll tell you a number before you release your mouse. The number that Photoshop told me was 312 by 423 pixels. So after I crop this image, I want to resize that to 312 by 423 in order to fit right here. All this extra stuff is the frame and the back of the photo, and I personally don't want to mess with that. I feel it's fine. I like it how it is, so I'm not even going to bother dealing with that. I just want to slap some prints over this rock picture here, and be on my merry way. So I'm just cropping out the image of what I don't want, which is this crop, and then I'm gonna resize it 312 by 423. Hi. Thanks. And then I'm just going to slap it in there. And then I'm going to save it. And this is number 8. There we go. That's it. That's all there is to it. Recoloring paintings is super simple. It's actually quite addicting, as you can see. I just showed you my saved images folder. Quite addicting. I don't personally like Brittany, but I like the pink. I like the contrast of this picture, the pink of the background, her black sweater. So, we'll let her slide. We'll let her slide. That's why you gotta be careful where you click. I keep clicking off of this marquee, and that's why it keeps disappearing. I'm sitting here wondering what the hell's happening to my marquee. It makes it easier just to leave it there. Because you can see I can just hit Control V and paste it right on, and it'll, Photoshop will just take the image I just copied and slap it right to where the marquee is, and I don't have to do any moving of it. It's ready to go. Hey, there's Prince. Oh, there's Prince. Oh, another Prince. Okay. Hi, Prince. I didn't realize how many of these photos were dead people, like musicians that we lost. Like Chili, Michael, Marilyn, Left Eye. Oh, I called her Chili. Oh, my bad. Left Eye, Aaliyah, Amy, Prince. Jeez. This one's Amy again. Audrey, she's gone too. Well. Oh, hey. So Control I inverts. We all learned something today together. In case you guys didn't know, Control Z takes you right on back to where you were. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, she's not dead yet, so. Uh-oh, another dead music artist. Alright, cool. So I'm gonna leave that marquee there in case I want to pull something else up. It's easy only because I've done it like a gazillion times. Like they say, practice make perfect for a reason. Like, not that I'm saying I'm perfect at this, but like, you know what I mean? Like, the more you do something, the easier it becomes to do. It's like second, like all these, I'm not showing me actually clicking on the menu images in Photoshop, but like, there's a lot of shortcuts that I've learned, keyboard shortcuts that I've learned in Photoshop. Like, you keep doing it, and you get better at it, and it gets easier, and you become more consistent with it. You know what I mean? And it didn't happen overnight. It didn't. Trust. You look really good. I can't wait to see him in game. Okay, so unfortunately, I can't go in game while I'm live streaming with you guys because I'm on a laptop, and it's a really good laptop, but it's not good enough to let me stream while I'm in game because the stream hiccups real bad. I hope the quality isn't too bad for you guys right now. I didn't even ask if the quality is good. The last time I streamed, quality sucked. But I also wasn't on YouTube. I was on Picarto, so I don't know if there's anything to do with it. Is all the CC you create? Is this the easiest? Pretty much, yeah. Between this and recolors are pretty easy too, as long as you're not going into something so detailed. Like, for instance, say I wanted to recolor somebody puts out a bodysuit. Because they're all the rage now. Always these people making bodysuits, but if I wanted to recolor a bodysuit somebody made, it's really simple. It's if I just want to do just the mesh, just one color, then that's pretty easy too. If y'all want, I can do that. It's not a problem. I got a whole folder of them too. Trust and believe me. 14, 15, and 16. That's the last one. Alright, boom. So look at that. Look, they all look good. Okay, good. And since I fixed my tags from the first one, all the swatches that I add after it are going to keep the same tags. So that's a good thing. Yeah, and make sure that if you're going to mess around with the tags, that you do it on the first one, and then it carries over to every other swatch you make after that. But you know, the tags are for exactly how it looks in your game. The colors, comfort, which is like sofas and chairs and shit, and then you got the surfaces, or the counters and the tables, and I mean, for some strange reason you want to tag this as a bookshelf, you can, and it'll show up in the bookshelf section of your game. But I'm going to keep it decorative wall decoration because, you know, that's what it is. Clothing and makeup. Well, hey, I'm interested in recoloring makeup too. So we can take that adventure together. Who is it? Screaming Mustard on CSR. I love their lips because because I'm basic. Like, I ain't going front. I'm basic. I'm basic as fuck. And my Sims are basic, and that's cool with me. That's fine. Y'all make all them pretty glamorous Sims that I can drool over. But I'm basic, so I like her I like her lipsticks look like basic. Like, I can throw on a neutral colored lipstick and it doesn't look like my Sim is like, you know, ready to hit the club when she's really in her PJs. You know what I mean? So I grabbed the textures off of the one lipstick I like, and I have it sitting in a folder, but I haven't even tried to like recolor it yet because it's different with it. Like, I know I could just bring it down to a white. I am basic as fuck. If you could see me right now, you'd be like, yes, you're basic. That's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. If I was to bring it into Photoshop, like, I really don't know what to do as far as like with clothing. I can bring it down to a white base and then put whatever I want on it, be it pattern or color. But with makeup, I'm kind of like, all right, well, how do I do this? Like, do I bring it down to a white base and add the color? Like, I'm just real confused with makeup right now. I saw the one video or live stream Mira did on where she recolored a lipstick, and it looks so easy. I'm like, that's it. Like, but I know when I finally attempt to do it, I'm just gonna have all kinds of problems. So yeah, but we sure can take that adventure together. You let me know when you're ready to take it, Bill. We can figure it out. We can figure it out. All right, so I've added all my swatches, and everything looks good to me. I'm gonna save as. I always save as. It's just have it. So I saved it as seen what I had packaged. Oh, look at that. It's been saved. Boom, bat, boom. There you go. So now I'm going to keep it in this file here. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to take this right into, I have a testing folder in my Sims mod, and then that way when I open up my game again, if I remember they're in there, I can pop them out and you know, give them a whole test. But now I want to make sure, since I used somebody else's mesh, I want to make sure grab the max Sims forms. I want to make sure I throw that in my testing too. That way this recolor actually shows up in game, because right now the only thing in my mods folder is cast, because I've been doing so many clothing recolors that cast is where I'm at with my CC right now. I mean, I still have all my build by, you know, shit here. Like, yeah, this is like 30 gigs worth of shit. I can't throw this and my casting together. My game just won't run. So, what else would y'all like me to see? Do you want me to do some more paintings? Or, you know, let me know. Whatever you want. I should probably grab objects. Nope, it's not gonna let me because I got Photoshop open. Maybe. Is it gonna let me? Let's see. Yeah, it's because I got Photoshop open. It gonna let me do it. I gotta do this now, or I'm gonna totally forget where I'm stuff from. Dragon. Okay, perfect. Thanks again for doing. Oh, you're very welcome. Look, I wish I had somebody when I started doing it. I wish I had somebody that showed me. You know what I mean? All right, Riri, because I got some clothing and colors I got to do. Cause yeah, see all this. Yeah, this is this is my last. This is 2 weeks ago I went in and picked stuff out, so all this needs to be recolored. I wish I had somebody when I was starting out that I could go to, and it was a slow process for me. It took me about 3 or 4 months before I finally was comfortable enough to release anything, because I wasn't sure, because I had nobody to teach me. You know what I mean? Like, you could go online and find a video, but you know what I mean? It's the big time simmers or the big time creators. They make a video and then they put it out there, and then you have a question to ask, and they don't got the time to sit there and you know what I mean? Like, answer your questions and, you know what I mean? Work stuff out with you. You know what I mean? So, I wish I had somebody for that for me, so I don't mind doing this for y'all. I honestly don't. If it helps y'all out, then hey, you know what I mean? That's the best thing in the world. So, I did these before, the Mazel shoes, but I didn't take them in the Sympxls studio. But that's okay. I can take them out of here, put them in my testing, because I already did them. Let's see, high converse. That's too complicated. I don't want to do that right now. No, you're the best. You're the best. Let's see. I don't want to do another shoes. I'm kind of tired of doing shoes. Ruche and Ruffle pencil dress. What the hell is this? Ruche and Ruffle. Do I want to do that? Oh, that's cute. I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with that zipper in the back, but let's have a go. Alright, so first what I do before I'm going to have to open up Photoshop again, but before I open Photoshop, I'm going to go open this up in Sympxls Studio. And I previously already got permission from NY Girl S4 to do recolors on her clothing. So you guys also want to make sure that if you're going to be releasing anything for a public download, and I'm sure you've heard this time and time again, but just make sure you get written permission from the Sympxls creators to release it for a public download. If you're doing it for personal, fucking go crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even care if they say don't recolor for personal. Like, fuck you, I'm going to recolor it just because you told me not to now. But make sure you get the permission. I've already gotten permission from her months ago on another recolor I did. I just stuff's been sitting in my whip folder, man. It's been sitting. So what I like to do is I go to the lightest color possible. It could be a light pink, it could be a light, if this was the lightest color possible, then I'd have to make it work with it. Or it could be this one, or it could be this one. Thank God they have a gray swatch here. So I'm going to take this one, I'm going to export that, and that's going to be my original swatch. I'm going to save it as original and save the as a ping. Some people save as a DDS. I prefer to save as a ping. I will save the package as a DDS once I am done with it, because saving as a DDS file in Photoshop reduces the pixelation you may get with some textures, as far as like shadows or if you put a pattern on it. So DDS will reduce that. If you save it as a ping, it might not always come out as smooth. So I will export it as a ping, but I will always save in Photoshop and then re-import back into Sympxls Studio as a DDS. So now I got this original ping. I'm going to close that out because I already got it open here. I don't know why Sympxls Studio pops open another folder drives me nuts. I'm going to leave that how it is right now, and I'm going to open up Photoshop again. Yeah, I can probably stream for, I don't know, probably do a couple recolors if it don't take too long. In here, I'll probably recolor this and then end the stream because my son sleeps in my bed. I have a 4-year-old and he sleeps in my bed, and if I don't get up there before too long, then I find him consuming the whole of my bed, and then I have to fight with him to get it back. So we'll do this, and then I'll probably end the stream. I'll go to where I saved that. Here we go. Original. Open it up. Why does it have to? Oh, because that paint. Oh, okay. Okay, so kids are good. Yeah, they sure hell are. He tried to tell me it is my bed one day. It's my bed, mommy. No. That's my bed. You have your own bed. You just choose not to sleep in it. Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen with the zipper. Hi, gaming guy 33. Now see, remember what I said about the zipper? Like, I don't know if I'm able to handle that, but if you turn her around and say, zoom in on this dress, the only part of this dress really is the zipper here, right? Like all this down here and down here, it should be the same color, right? Because if you go to another texture, no color, it don't come up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export it in the darkest color I can get. So this is like a pretty dark black. I'm exporting this. I'm going to save it as original 2. Okay. And then I'm going to go back to Photoshop and I'm going to open that up too. And what I want to do, I mean, it would probably look bad if the zipper was all the same color, right? Alright, well, first, okay, I'm going to grab my pen tool right here. It's the pen right above. Whoop, 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 I touched the screen. It's the pen icon right above the T in Photoshop. I'm going to get real close, and I'm just going to start clicking on points that I want to highlight. You'll see what I'm doing here in a moment. So I'm just going to click on all the points of the zipper, and actually I don't want that point, so I'm going to back that up. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go there. If you guys are ever wondering, like, do you guys have Photoshop? Do you currently use Photoshop? Like, what's your image editing programs? So I'm going to make all my selection points with my pen tool, and then I'm going to click back on my original point, and you'll see right below the pen there's that little circle, which tells me you have Photoshop. Okay, which tells me there's that's the connecting point right there. So I'm going to click on that, close the path. I'm going to download it. I have some links for you if you want to get it for free. Let me know if you need one. Let's see over here on my history. It says I closed the path. Now what I'm going to do is right click, still with my pen tool selection, and I'm going to do make selection. And if I'm going to feather radius 0, what that means is if I feathered it 1, 2, 5, 10, it'll just, feather it out. I don't want it to feather it all. I want it to select exactly what I've selected. I'm going to hit OK, and now it has a marquee around it. See that? So now, if I don't, send me a personal message on Facebook to remind me, Riri, that if I don't do it immediately after the stream, that I do it first thing in the morning. Or you can go to my Tumblr page. There's a link If you scroll down my blog just a little bit, there's a link to my resources page, and on there is a link to the Photoshop, the free Photoshop. So if you don't do that, send me a personal message, and then I'll get you the link in the after stream or in the morning. But what I've done now is selected the zipper. Okay, so when I'm just going to leave it at that, and then I'm going to go over here to the white, and I'm going to go over to my actions now. Smubuh, Smubuh on Tumblr released an action, a hair-based action that brings down the EA, like that nice blonde EA base color, hair color, not the macaroni and cheese looking color, like the dirty blonde, I guess you can call it, color, to bring it down to white. Or you could use the silver. I use the silver when I recolor hairs. You can also use that. But in any case, she releases action, and what the action does is it plays with it. It automatically, like actions do. She combined the black and white. Where is that? The black and white image adjustment here, brightness and contrast twice, and then the color balance. She already did an action to do that. This is the action I use when I recolor clothing and I recolor hair to bring it down to a base white color, so that all my colors after that will look pretty much consistent across the board, across everything I do, my colors, my clothing, my shoes. So I'm going to select the first line, like the main subject of the action, and I'm going to hit play selection down here, and I'm going to let it do its thing. Now it did this, and I'm not sure if that looks too good. Like I might need to go a little bit whiter, so I'll just play it again. And now you see it kind of blew out the texture, blew out the details. It don't really look good now. You know what I mean? So I'll go back to up the color balance, and then I'm going to go up here to image, into adjustments, and then to desaturate. Desaturate will bring it back down to a bait, like that, like gray base, if that makes sense. Because right now it kind of looks like a sepia, like almost has like a beige tint to it. So I'll go to desaturate, and it just, you see that made it look gray. Like there's without desaturate, and there's desaturate. You can really see it if you look here, at this corner down here. That's before desaturate, and that's after. So it's a little different, but it helps. And then I'm done using that action, so I'm going to close it, and I'm pretty satisfied with this, because once I run the color, you'll see what I mean. So I use Wildly Binger Sandwiches color palette. She has 3 different color palettes. Her naturals, which are pretty much like for hair colors. Like you can use them for clothing, but it's like the natural blondes and browns and reds and dark brown, blacks, etc. And then she has her neutrals, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's neutrals. It's the army greens, the olive greens, the browns, the beiges, the whites, and the blacks. And then she has her unnaturals, which is all the pinks, the oranges, the yellows, the greens, the blues. So the neutrals and the unnaturals are the ones that I use when I'm doing my hair and clothing recolors. So I'm going to click on this first one, the Viking Dove. I'm going to make a new layer by hitting Control-Shift-N, and I'm going to select multiply. Different people have different ways of doing this. Some recolorists don't use multiply at all. Some recolorists will tell you don't even use multiply. I prefer it. I think it's fine. I like how my recolors come out. And since I do all this for myself first, then this is fine for me. So you can always go in here and click on each one of these and run your actions, and then, see which ones you like better. I personally like multiply. Some people use the linear burn. Some people use soft, hard, linear. Like it all depends. I like multiply. If you leave it at normal, if you leave it at normal, I don't know, it's really not good. Like I don't know, just you'll figure, you get in there when you start doing it, you gotta play around and figure out you like, this is what I like. So I'm going to do multiply, and then I'm going to hit Control Alt G. And what that does is create a clipping mask. If I go back to my layers here, see hit if I backtrack to just new layer, you see how over here when I hit it, like made a clipping mask to it. I don't really know the technicalities of it, like the whole Photoshop behind it. I just know it does something, and it does something good, and I like that, so I do that. And then I'm going to make sure I'm on my first action over here, and then I just hit apply, and that's it. That's all I do to recoloring, guys. It's really super simple when the colors you use, the color palette you use, has already been made into actions, like Wildly Miniature Sandwich has, which is why a big reason why I use her colors over and above and beyond. That I like the colors, I like the color range, but the fact that she has already provided actions is like a freaking bonus, and it takes away so much time and effort on my part because I'm like halfway lazy most of the time. So I click on that, and then it flattened the image, and you see it turn that black and white background into white. I don't like that. I like it black and white because when I save it as a DDS, it'll keep that black and white, or that checkered background. I'm gonna, oh nope, I gotta do zipper. Okay, so this is already selected. I'm just gonna hit Control C to copy it, and then I'm gonna hit Control V, and then Control T, and I'm just gonna That's right. I doing it right? Yep. Okay, I'm just gonna swoop this in right in place over it. So actually it looks like a zipper's there. That might actually look bad, but we'll see. We'll look at it in Sympxls Studio and see what it looks like. And then I'm going to Control Shift S to bring up my save window. I'm going to go to my DDS format, and I'm going to save it as number 1 because that's my first color. And then you let it save, and then you go back into Sympxls Studio. Normally, what I do is I don't create my new package, like my package with Sympxls on there. I don't create that until after I've done all my recolors, because it's just simpler for me to go in and hit the first swatch, hit import, hit the second swatch, hit import, and do all my colors at once, and then go back and do the thumbnails. It's so much simpler for me to do it that way. And then in the meantime and in between time, I come into the original creators package. I just add a swatch. Although you can just replace what's already there, it really doesn't matter. Make sure that down here, file name here will be blank down here, so where it says PNG image, you want to make sure you're selecting DDS, because that's what I saved that first color as. So I'm going to click on that and bring it into Sympxls Studio, and you can see it now we're white. I mean, it looks really blown out, like it's super white, you can't really tell the texture as opposed to this, you know. So in game, this might not look good. It just might though, because this is Sympxls Studio. This is not the game. So I'm still going to have to take it in game to see what it looks like. This zipper back here looks fucking horrible though, but you know what? It's the back of the dress, and I can't be bothered right now. So I'm just going to keep it pushing, and I'm going to click on my next color. And then I'm also going to go over here in my actions. Over here in my history, I'm going to go all the way back up to create my clipping mask and totally undo everything I just did with that one color. Zipper included. And then I'm going to hit my play button. You don't want to go all the way back to the beginning, because then it takes away that action, that smooth action I ran to bring it all back down to bring it back to white, and then the desaturation in the new layer, like it takes all that away. So you just want to go back to create the clip where you created the clipping mask, and then click on your next color, and then I click action. As far as creating actions myself, I know how to do it, but like all this stuff, like Wildly Miniature Sandwich like knows what the fuck she's doing. Like I'm not kissing her ass in any way. Believe me, after all the fucking drama over the past 2 days, I'm not kissing her ass. But she definitely knows what she's doing. She makes quality content, and she has already done all this stuff in her actions. Like, she did all this, put them all together, and put it out for the community to use. And that's super helpful, and it's super nice, and I am forever grateful that she did it. Because I really don't think I would be able to get her colors to be so consistent across the board without them. Which is why if you see a lot of people using her colors, that might be why. Same reason why you might see other people recolor in another similar color palette. That's why, because of this. Like, somebody has already done this for us, and lets us do it. So I don't even know what half, like, I can read, I know what half the shit is, but I mean, like, I don't know what half the shit is. Like, delete current, set current, I don't know what the fuck that, I don't know what that is. I don't do this. Before I started using her color palette, I was using my own, and I was just basically like going to my swatch, clicking on it, and hitting the paint bucket and doing it that way. And I mean, the recolors were not horrible, but they weren't as consistent as they are now, and I like the consistency. So so did we do the second one? I'm not sure. Let's do it again. Okay, boom. We unflattened it. We got the second gray color, and then I'm going to go back here to this zipper again. This darn zipper. See, it don't look too bad here, and then I put this over it, and it kind of looks crappy. It looks poopy again. I don't know if I'm putting this in the right place. Well, I guess I am. I don't know, guys. I might not be doing a public release of this recolor. I might not like that zipper. That zipper might irritate the fuck out of me. I might not be doing it, but whatever. Dude, I already saved. No, I could have already saved it, because I didn't have the zipper. What the fuck was I doing? Okay, well, there we go. Alright, so let's just rinse and repeat from here on out. Back up off that flattened image, go over here, copy the zipper, go back to this one, paste it on there, use Control-T to move it to the appropriate spot. See now, do you see what I mean by if I would have left it all one color? Like, it just makes it blend in, and zipper is a detail that I like. I like the zipper on the back. I don't know if I might have to do some tweaking with it. I might have to use a different colors zipper. I might have to slim down my selection of it. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Alright, that looks about right. Save it. There we go. Oh, okay. So I didn't even need to go back. I can just do it this way. Bam. Alright. Alright. We're on a roll. Alright. Damn it. Alright, now watch, when I put the second color, it's going to look, see, it look better than the white because it's not so blown out. That zipper still looks like shit. I'm going to have to fix that zipper. I'm going to import the other colors just to see how they look. I think that looks good. That looks good. I wish these models in Sympxls Studio didn't have the fucking brow on underneath. That was horrible. And Super Duper Black, here we go. Which is pretty much the same as the one they have already, but since it's already in this color palette, I'm not going to eliminate it because the original creator already had it. Just for, again, consistency. Now see, that zipper don't look too bad. And that one don't look too bad. It's just on the lighter colors. Yeah, I'm going to have to fix my selection on that. Because once we get into the colors on this, like if I do a color, do Vintage Crepe, my favorite color. And then fix this over it. It's gonna look, I think it's just gonna look bad. I think it's just gonna look horribly bad. I'm gonna do X because that's like totally out of numerical order, and that's gonna fuck with my OCD. If I may put it as 6, it really is. Alright, well, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, nobody's ever that close into their sim. Is it? Are they like that? I don't know. I'm iffy about that zipper. But I like this dress. I think it looks super cute. And see the recolors kept the texture on the back of the dress. Ugh, so cute. So cute. I know this is more like Max's Match style, but it's still super cute. Look, it like flares out a little at the end. Oh my god. And it's a little halter neck with the tie at the top. Like, this dress is so cute. Come on. Come on. I can't wait to get a sim and take a picture of it. And then I'm going to tag you all on Facebook. Like, look what we did together. Alright guys, I'm going to end it here. I hope I've answered any questions you had prior to coming here. If you still have more, or if there's something else that you know I can do, that you want me to explain to you guys, or you just want to watch me do, whatever, let me know. I know, it's really so cute, Riri. It is so cute. New York Girl Sim 4, a lot of people be sleeping on her creations, yo. A lot. She do a lot of Max's Match and EA mesh edits, but her stuff is super cute. Like, it's super cute. And it's low poly, which means that it don't work. See, poly 4564 vertex. It's low poly, so it don't really, like, it's not going to tax your game or your computer that much. You know what I mean? And some of the other alpha stuff. That's why I'm like, semi-Max's Match, because the struggle is real. I love alpha, but Max's Match is so much nicer to me in my computer. Yeah, just let me know what you guys want me to do in the future. I can do these. I'm going to promise like once a week. Once a week. I can try to do them more than that, but that all depends on real life. So yeah, let me know, guys. You know how to get in contact with me. Let me know. And thanks for joining the stream, guys. It's been fun. Bye.